You have decided to homeschool. Congratulations! With the right preparation and plan of action, homeschooling can be one of the most rewarding experiences that any parent can undertake. Going in unprepared, without a plan, and no boundaries could result in chaos. I'm Melinda from 1 Minute Mom. I've put together this video to show you the 3 quick-step process for homeschooling success. If you watch this video through to the end, you will discover the fantastic tips that I have for you to ensure that you start your homeschooling journey off on the right foot and avoid the chaos traps along the way. But let's start on the 3 steps. Step number 1 involves understanding what homeschool is not about. Homeschool is not the process of you imitating the teachers that your children have left behind. That is a recipe for disaster. This is a time for you to be yourself and to embrace the mindset that you are on a journey of education where you are actually guiding your child on their journey of discovery. If you attempt to mimic the environment that your children have left behind and try to be their replacement teacher, you are setting yourself up for failure, as you will be pulled into the trap of comparison to what the children know from beforehand. This is a mindset change. This is not a mimic of the schooling you had as a child either. Now for tip number 2. As you may have heard, Rome wasn't built in a day, and your homeschool will not be perfect from day 1. In fact, it may take quite a lot longer than that, until you feel comfortable with what is going on. But you need to embrace the change. The easiest way to make the transition into becoming a homeschooling parent is to make sure you have a plan. You need to set out the hours through which you are going to school, the boundaries around when your work hours are and when the meal times are, and stick to those. You need a workable plan where you understand which subjects you're going to cover and through which hours. Set the plan along with some goals, along with your children, so they understand the reason for doing this. In the beginning, I would suggest that you stick to the 3 basics as you find your feet through homeschooling. Those 3 basics would be reading, writing, and arithmetic. Make sure you set these goals in line with the regulations of your current area and their homeschooling needs and reporting requirements for your setup. Number 3. Do not be held hostage by the 4 walls which comprise your classroom area. The renowned scientist Rachel Carson said, "Those who contemplate the beauty of the earth find reserves of strength that will endure as long as life persists." This journey into homeschooling is new, and anything new takes time to get used to and can actually prove quite challenging and exhausting for yourself and the children. Never forget this. Build into your homeschool day times that are spent outdoors. Take a lesson outdoors with your children. Yes, they will be distracted. There is so much to see and learn from in nature. Nature has a rejuvenating effect, as Rachel had noticed. And in the same way, it will rejuvenate both your spirit and your children's spirit to keep going. And you'll have great topics of conversation afterwards. Why not add a little bit of physical activity? By taking this time outdoors, you'll find that your children's imaginations will flourish. So in summary, here are the 3 tips again. Tip number 1. Don't try and be the replacement teacher. You are on a journey of discovery with your children. Change your mindset around that. Set up a working plan where you know exactly what needs to be achieved within the next week, month, or even year. And make sure that you're leaving time enough to get your own work done and that homeschooling is not overwhelming all the time that's available. Add nature and fresh air activities to your homeschooling day. Teach yourself and your children to be observant. And between these 3 tips, you will have the homeschooling journey that you never dreamed of. No one can actually explain it to you until you've experienced it for yourself. Good luck, and if you'd like to find a resource that you can download just below that will teach you more about these tips that I've told you about in the form of a beautiful infographic. Please click on the button below this video to access the resource. Thank you for listening.